Okay, so this is 4-8, letter B. Rocco? So this is a fraction buster problem, because you got these, so you could just multiply everything by 8, and that would get the 8 out of there, but then you'd still have that x kind of stuck underneath there. So I would recommend multiplying everything by 8x, and I'll show you why. If I multiply everything by 8x over 1 times 21 over 4x, and then 8x over 1 times 9 over 8. Do you notice that I'm multiplying every single, there's 1, 2, 3 terms. I have to multiply them all by whatever I decide to multiply through by, which is 8x over 1, and I think you'll see why once I work this out. So the reason I chose 8x is because I know multiplying by 8 would get rid of that 8 down there, and it would also get rid of that 4 because 4 goes into 8. And if I had an x, it'll cancel that x out too. Right, Rocco?
I'm doing that.
Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. Do you guys have questions on how I came up with using 8x? Maybe, even if you do at the end, maybe you'll notice, you'll understand why. So, diagonally, this 4 can turn into a 1, and what does the 8 turn into? 2. A 2. And what happens with these x's? They cancel out, right? Yes, they do. Because it's like a giant 1. X divided by x is just 1.
If I were to go to the bathroom right now, would it count as using my bathroom?
No. No, it's fine. So 2 times 21 is 42. The x canceled out because it's a giant 1, because that's the same as x over x. That's why I multiplied by x. Now later on our x is going to reappear, and you'll see in the next problem right here we're going to have an x, because see the 8's cancel out, but now I'm left stuck with an x. It's x times 9. That's okay though, because x times 9 is just 9x, and I don't have any fractions, because the whole thing is I didn't want any fractions, and I don't have any, so I'm happy. 8x times 2, well, that's just 16x. Do you see what happened by multiplying through by 8 and x? You know, going through here and looking at these, and it's kind of like getting the common denominator between the two fractions. They both go into 8x, therefore the denominators cancel out. And then you can just go ahead, and you guys might know that you can just do this. Just use all your algebra skills that you remember probably from last year and from this year. 16 minus 9. What's 16 minus 9?
7.
Oh, thank you. Well, that is kind of handy dandy, because now when I divide, then it's a nice number, x equals 6, and that's what Rocco said it was. He got x equals 6. You can write it 6 equals x or x equals 6. Some teachers are picky and they make you always put x on the left. I'm not picky, so you can do it either way. That was a good talk.